Hello at work. Stay calm, keep hustling, and live life to the Hello at work. Stay calm.
A very good morning to you, our viewer and listener out there on the frequency of Unity 93.3 FM Jers and TV station Unity TV. My name is Ruqayyat Ibrahim and I warmly welcome you to another episode of the program Hello at Work, a program that brings you trending issues on social media. Just like you know, we have a lot of trending issues on social media, and yes, we've decided to take one or two for your listening this morning. And I'm not alone in the studio, just like the tradition has always been. Yes, today we have a male in our midst, and it's no any other person than he introduce himself. Mr. Zakaria, good morning.
Well, I think I'm not a visitor.
No, you are not. I said we have a man in our midst. It's a surprise now because they themselves are not aware that they get to hear your voice. Yes, this morning.
Well, it's a pleasure being here, and I tender my own reserved apology for my absence. And I think we need a male on this program to balance the equation. And therefore, our listener out there, let's kickstart and see where it will take us.
All right, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Auntie Ruki.
You're looking splendid and spectacular. Just like I always say, this economy is not working on plenty people. You see this too. I don't think they are feeling the economy. No. Which one is start with you?
Clothes to cover what is.
Abi, you went to Abuja
to do what?
During the weekend.
Who I know for Abuja?
Something happened in Abuja now.
What's
you know that? I don't know.
I actually don't want to lash at this morning. I'm eating I think as time goes by, I know how I will take you along. Very well.
No, but I hope you won't be too harsh.
Oh, somehow you never can tell.
Okay.
Good morning, viewers and listeners. I am Fari Josephine.
All right, thank you so much. Today, our first story reads: Police arrest 15 suspects over warehouse vandalism in Abuja. Fari, this is what happened in Abuja. Were you there?
I wasn't there.
Let me delve into the story. Now, the police command in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, said it has arrested 15 suspects in connection with the vandalism of a warehouse belonging to the Federal Capital Development Authority, FCTA, in Abuja. Now, the police public relations officer in the FCT, SP Josephine Ade, said this in a statement on Sunday in Abuja. She said 2 security guards employed by the warehouse management were among the suspects arrested over the vandalism of the warehouse in Tasha area of Abuja. Others said 26 bags of maize, 5 motorcycles, and some vandalized aluminium roofing sheets were recovered from the suspects. Now, the police command in the FCT is fully informed about the impulsive attack on Agric Department Strategic Food Store located at Tasha area of Abuja on March 3. Now, the attack has resulted in the vandalism and looting of the warehouse. Now, the command wishes to state that normalcy has since been restored to the area and the situation under control, she said. Now, the Agricultural and Rural Development Secretariat of the FCTA had earlier confirmed the looting of its warehouse on Sunday by some hoodlums.
I wasn't aware.
You're not there.
I wasn't in Abuja. So
I was. I'm seeing the video, but I was busy
you
looking.
You were looking for me.
Where will I see this
I'm sorry
young
to
woman?
disappoint you.
Okay. Okay.
But really, that's sad though.
Yeah.
It's a federal government property. Just as I was discussing over the weekend with someone, I said, there is no justification for any evil acts during this period because there are moments where you things will happen and then you find out that someone will say it's because of the hardship. Okay. Like we were actually talking about this vandalism, you understand? Mm-hmm. And then the person was like, people are going through a lot. Why are they even having that quantity of food stuff locked up somewhere when people are hungry? But then that never justified the fact that you should go and vandalize the properties. You shouldn't. That's stealing. That is stealing.
You see,
even though things are hard, even though people are going through a lot, but then it shouldn't be a reason why people will want to use dubious ways to go and vandalize the government property. It's not. I don't.
Mrs. Zakaria, what's it? Because as the looting went on, a lot of people carted away cartons of food, a lot of food, and Nigerians are beginning to wonder. So we have a lot of food stashed, and yet We have always increase in the market. What is the government really doing keeping those stuffs?
First and foremost, this is not the first time this country is going through this part.
Yeah.
And I must say, we're actually not learning, or rather, those who are in the helm of affairs are not really learning from this particular part we've taken sometimes back. And it is quite unfortunate and it's regrettable. Of course, the popular saying that says, look, if you are hungry, then definitely it goes along with being angry.
Yeah.
And therefore, you don't have to blame Nigerians for their actions. When I saw the story yesterday, and I was wondering, what else? If you're complaining about your own situations, if you see another person's situations, I tell you, you just have to console yourself and say, God, thank you for where I am, because somebody is actually looking up. What happened really in Abuja has happened before, like I said, and arresting those people does not mean anything to me. If you ask me, yes, what is wrong, even if nobody is doing it. And what is right, even if there's nobody doing it. So these are issues. Nigerians are hungry. They know where these things are kept. They have there are staff there. People are watching. The time you're bringing those stuff to come and save them, they are watching. And you can imagine somebody will stay for 24 hours, 72 hours, 40-something hours or thereabout without even getting a good meal, without getting a meal. What do you expect from that person? The essence is no longer the essence of living. There is no point living. If you can stay for 24 hours, 40-something hours without eating anything, and you are not sure of the next even if you get one today, these are issues. Outside the shores of this country, other countries are looking forward to bring other innovations. They are not even talking about food. Here we are. Even with independence, 1960, here we are struggling to eat. I don't know where this country is heading to. Is it that Nigerians are not giants of Africa? Yes. Is it that Nigerians are not ready? But again, you don't have to blame our leaders, because if you ask my candid opinion, our leaders are a true reflections of who we are. They can never do otherwise. Born and brought up in the society where we are, you don't expect them to go there and be sent. Unless and until a step is taken, it will degenerate into something else. And I'm aware some parents are even asking their female children to go and look for money. Whatever it will take you to look for money, go and look for money. Whatever it will take you to look for money, look for money. And one will begin to wonder, what kind of society we are living? Morality is just to bring the money. I don't care what the means of that money. Yes. Is it not your maid that they are bringing this to their parents? What are you doing? They are your essence. We are tired. When parents begin to talk like that, it becomes a problem. And these are issues, and this is exactly the reflection or repercussion of such policies that we have in this country. I pray and I believe that somehow we will have to redress, our leaders will have to redress their thinking. We begin to think of what we will do. The greatest challenge we are having again is that there is no projection. Even when we say we have budget, even when we say we have this, even when we say we have this, in the midst of this, since the inception of this very administration 8 months ago, I stand to be corrected. I understand Nigerians are not ready to check, but I know very well, if there's anything you give this administration, is that local government, third tier of government, is able to have good amount of money because of this subsidy and what have you. State government are having good amount of money. Nobody, where are activists? Where are the, what do you call them, NGOs? Nobody is saying anything. The bulk of the problem is president. But this money is being shared within the confines of these 3 tiers of government. If local government is doing its job, state is doing its own job, federal government will complement, we wouldn't have been here.
True.
People are not interested in going to the website of the Ministry of Finance to check what your local government get within the confines of that money. Nobody is ready. Economy is hard. Ask your local government. Let's begin to ask questions. Ask ask for accountability. Civil society should rise up, begin to ask pertinent questions. Our local government, my councillor, this and this and this. And then we'll begin to. But when we insist, the whole game should go back, the ball should go back to the president, it can't be everywhere. Yes, as a human, he has his lapses. But let's begin to ask for accountability and transparency within the confines of the state we are living.
True.
Local government you're living. Ask your councillor, what are you doing? What is going on? 8 months ago, we've not seen anything as dividend of democracy. We are in need of water, health care. Our wives are dying. Our children are dying of malaria. What are we doing? You can imagine over how many years? 50 years. Yet we are talking about malaria killing children in this country. And again, the worst one we have here is hunger.
It's worse than malaria.
Worse than malaria. It's quite regrettable and unfortunate that we're in this situation.
You know, just as you said, people are just complaining and are not even ready to take actions. And then we are all facing the federal government. We're even forgetting the other arms of government. People that we are supposed to actually ask them questions.
Those that are closer to us, more closer to us than, we can actually walk up to and ask questions. And these questions will be answered if there is a need. Because gone are the days whereby you elect someone and you just go to Abuja and you not see him. No. These days we get to see them. We get to see them close to us. But what is really happening, just like Mr. Zakaria has said. And yes, for over many years now we have been dealing with malaria. And even if it's the malaria, the best they can do is just give you some drugs and a mosquito net.
Yes, apart from that one, I think there is no different market between whoever is an APC, PDP, or Labour Party or NNPP.
No, we all
go to the same market.
Yeah.
We are facing the problem. Why can't we just face this problem? I think, I am sorry to say this, but as citizens, we must begin to ask for accountability.
Yeah.
If you are in a particular constituency, you need to ask your member. If you are within the confines of a particular constituency, be it at federal or state, or within the confines of a local government ward where a councillor is coming from, ask pertinent questions. When we begin to ask, we will begin to get answers, and they will know that we actually know what we are doing. Apart from electing them, what else do we expect from them? Apart from electing them, what is the program that you can bring to bear that will bring succor to the people? Apart from electing them, what do you really have in mind as a citizen, as somebody who has been in that community and you know the problem, peculiar problem of that community? I think when we begin to do our responsibility, we wouldn't have been here.
You know, one thing again I notice is most of us don't even know that we can actually walk up to our leaders to ask them questions. We can actually hold them responsible. Most people just know that if we elect those people and they are up there, they should just do whatever they do and their tenure is over, and then we elect someone else. But they don't know that if they are not doing what they're supposed to do, we are supposed to ask them questions. Okay, sir, we elected you into this office. You are representing us, and these things are not going the way they should be. What is happening? Give us report. What has been happening? Are you representing us well? Is the fault from up above you or something? And then the few people that know that you can actually walk up to your leader are not even ready and willing to do so. So that is the problem.
You see, the question is, a lot of we Nigerians don't even know our rights. And as the case is now, hunger supersedes any thinking.
It is irrespective of anyone.
They wake up every morning thinking of how they will go feed.
Yeah.
Are you waking up with hunger and you are beginning to think who you are going to walk up to and ask questions? You get strength. See, if you ask me the question now, you get strength to sit down and listen to the answer where I want to give you. Huh?
Really?
Because they said a hungry man is an angry man. So, if it's not food or anything that concerns food, the masses do not understand that. We are here today. I don't know how we managed to be here.
But then
finding ourselves that, do you know that after government warehouses have been looted, even the rich man's house will be looted also.
Of course.
People think that this is just a minor thing. No, it's not. We are heading somewhere.
Yeah. And then
yesterday I was told that someone walked up into a particular compound and saw a pot of food on fire. They opened that particular pot of food, filled their bowl, and walk away. not minding how many mouths that particular pot is going to feed.
Some others,
all they do is
some others carry the
to literally tell you that that person is really hungry.
Yeah.
I was actually reading a story, and Pastor Kumi was advising members that instead of bringing tithes to the church,
I saw that too.
Assist your neighbors,
masses.
assist the masses.
Your church members, actually.
If you're living within a compound, somebody is not eating, and you are bringing a tithe to the church, offering to the church, don't bring it to me again. Don't bring it to the church again. Help those who are in need that are within you there.
Of course. Of course.
It's not that Nigeria, we're very patient people. We even laughed in the midst of.
Yeah. You know,
how do you expect coordination from somebody who is hungry?
There can never be that.
They can never coordinate. Yeah. But the culture has been there even when we are not here. Even when we're a bit comfortable. That has been the culture, because Nigerians don't ask questions. Each time within a society, within a group, within workplace, and when you begin to ask questions, they say, he wants to say he knows. Over Sabi, they worry him, and issues like that. Then Nigeria will retrieve back to their shelter. I don't want to be a problem. They are already calling me names already. Yeah. They say I'm a threat. How long are we going to wait? Who is this person that is going to talk for this country to be good? Who is this person that is going to talk within that organization so that the leadership should know that yes, he or she is doing something wrong? Since nobody is ready to talk, who then is ready to talk?
Yeah.
Within the confines of the family meeting, if you talk, raise certain issues, they say you are a problem.
You are,
yeah.
And they'll begin to avoid
and
you.
In some cases, even if there is a family meeting, they literally and deliberately not even tell you.
And even if you are around, they will gang up.
Yeah, but
injury to any one of them is injury to us. Anything you say, all of them will be against you because they don't want it.
Even if it's the truth.
Even if it's the truth. You know, just last week.
These are issues.
Some people came to my community and were distributing drugs. They just came and met the community head, and the man is an old man. Probably he didn't ask questions that he's supposed to ask. These people just came from nowhere and they issue cards, and then you come and they give you medicine you take. And I went there, I asked, please, this medicine on the card is just there. The medicine cures everything, literally everything.
Which is impossible.
Including hunger.
Hello. It cures everything. They'll tell you if you have typhoid, you have malaria, you have infection, you have diabetes, you have, and it's free. And then
why wouldn't they distribute food, Mr. Zakaria? Why medicine?
And then I asked, I was like,
medicine for what?
Is this medicine, is it NAFDAC approved? Okay, you buy medicine from the stores and you see the ingredient.
NAFDAC reg number.
NAFDAC, and then you see the ingredient. This is what of allergies, what of in case of when the medicine reacts, what. And the person was like, they have been distributing this medicine for how many years? And then people in my community that are supposed to understand, they were like, if I not go collect, so make I go see me or see all these girls. So
allow them. After, when there is allergy, they'll say what you were saying was true initially. For you to actually delve into the conversation proper, you can go to our Facebook page at Unity Radio FM TV, just like our page, and drop your comments, and we'll take your comments directly on the program. You can also send in your text message on the number
090-9415-0677.
Okay.
Again, 090-9415-0677.
All right, you can go to our YouTube page at Unity TV. You can view us live from there also. We move straight to our second story that reads, 2 policemen mobbed to death in Edo over death of motorcycle rider. Now, 2 policemen were beaten to death in Ikpeshi, a community in Akoko, Edo local government area, as a result of their convoy hitting a motorcycle that resulted in the death of the rider and the occupant. It was gathered on Sunday that the policemen were in a hilux as escort to a former member of the Edo State House of Assembly, Honorable Emmanuel Agbaje, when the convoy ran into the motorbike. Now, youths were said to have invaded the Edo State Security Volunteer Network Vigilante office, where the policemen had been taken for custody, overran the facility and beat 2 of them to death. At the same time, members of the vigilante group were able to rescue the other 2, who are said to be receiving treatment in the hospital, and also recover the rifles of the police officers. Now, the angry youths were said to have attacked the vigilante office. and destroy its furniture while threatening to deal with their members who tried to rescue the police officers. Now, the police source disclosed that the affected officers were Police Mobile Force 19, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. He said one Toyota Hilux van conveyed 4 policemen, namely Inspector Brownson Brown, Inspector Abubakar Farouk, and Sergeant Taye Ojiafo and Sergeant Elisha John, attached to Police Mobile Force 19. Port Harcourt, on escort duty with the Honorable Emmanuel Agbaje, former Edo State House of Assembly member, was involved in an accident with a motorcycle conveying a woman and child by Ipeshi community. Now, in the process, the rider and the passenger died on the spot, and in reaction, an angry mob attacked the policemen, beat Inspector Abubakar Farouk and Sergeant Elisha John to death, while 2 others are receiving treatment at Ifejiola Hospital, Igara. Now, the Edo State Police Public Relations Officer PPRO Chidi Nwabuzo confirmed the incident on Sunday, but said more details will be made available to the public in due time. Reacting to the incident, the chairman, Akoko Edo Local Government Area Honorable Tajuddin Alade, condemned the dastardly act by the youth and condemned the efforts of the vigilante and commended the efforts of the vigilante to save the life of the policemen. He said those involved will be brought to book and promised support for the twin sister of one of the occupants of the motorcycle. Yeah.
Wow.
So sad. A woman and a baby.
It's quite regrettable that the reason why, yes, it's condemnable because it involves life and it's quite regrettable.
Yeah.
But again, that is to tell you the level at which Nigerians have lost confidence in the security.
Yeah.
We've been saying it uncountable. That, of course, the attitude of other security agencies makes Nigerians, and is gradually deteriorating into something else. You're not sure of justice. If it is a system that justice will be served at the right time,
Yeah.
I don't think would have been where we are today. For every organized society, there is what we call rewards and punishment system, like we always discuss on this program. Well, if you did something wrong, you need to be rewarded so that others can learn from it and begin to do the right thing. And if you did something wrong, of course, the society will punish you because there are laws, norms, and values wherever you find yourself within the confines of that society. So that's to tell you, of course, a lot of Nigerians have lost confidence in some of this security. Otherwise, ordinarily, if I know justice will be served, and served, not just served very well. Yeah. There's no need for me to take the laws into my hand. But there are so many instances that the moment when a criminal or any other person that did something wrong is taken to a police station or elsewhere within a security agency, the next is that he will be released.
True.
He'll be released. In some cases, of course, taken to court, and a judge will tell you that, look, there are not enough evidence for you. So one will begin to underline the word enough. What constitutes the word enough in legal terms? So these are issues. Gradually, Nigerians are losing it in terms of, we have security and therefore there is need for me to report. That is where the issue of jungle justice is growing day by day. And I just hope and I believe that those who are in the helm of affairs, particularly the security sector, will begin to have a reform so that Nigerians can be able to have confidence and report issues. In some cases, when you see something and you say something, at the end of the day, you turn out to be a victim.
Yeah.
If you're the only one who see that particular act and you report, it becomes you are a prime suspect. So these are issues. Confidence is no longer there. So if I would take myself and report a particular issue and at the end of the day becoming a victim, what's the essence? In essence, allow it the way it is for as long as it does not affect you.
And then we are gradually becoming lawless.
Gradually becoming lawless because that is where we are.
Yeah.
Because the extent of this issue of jungle justice is gradually raising. So exactly where we are. Because of the lack of trust.
Yeah. And may the soul of those that lost their life rest in peace. So it's really sad, But then, this is a case of hit and run. Because they didn't even stay to attend to the victims. and then the vigilante, they have to, the police officers that were in the vehicle, the very vehicle, have to hide those police, the vigilante have to hide the police officers. And I asked the question, if it is that they were arrested, will they really be punished accordingly? Because it's a case of hit and run. You hit them, you didn't wait to attend to them, rush them to the hospital or anything. Will those police...
Or they died at this point. Is it that the vehicle ran over them or something?
It's a convoy. It's a convoy. So for it to be a convoy, that means, you know, they were on a speed. Of course, our Nigerian convoys, that's how they drive. They don't drive normally. They don't use the normal speed limit. And then they hit and then they didn't stop. Since it's the community where they know the convoy, they know who it belongs to, then the youth attacked. Now, you know, I had a case some years back with a police officer. I reported to the police station where the police officer was walking to his police post, and then they kept him behind the counter. The DPO there don't even know that there was a case like that against the police officer. It was a rape case. It was a rape case in my community. Then I was living at Kevo. And then the man was there. I was seated. When the DPO comes out, he will stand up and stand as if he's walking. They don't want... Then within himself and the colleague, they were trying to cover up. And then guess what happened?
A big case.
Yeah, we went to court. We went to the hospital. The doctor examined the girl. She was actually raped. There was penetration and all. A girl of 2 years. A girl of 2 years, yes. And then when we got the police, we got the doctor's report. We went to the court and all. And what they say was that I should bring 50,000.
For what? I don't want to pay.
I should bring 50,000.
Were you the one that raped the girl?
They need to do what they need to do. And guess what? He was a suspect. He wasn't arrested. He walks around freely in the community. This thing I'm telling you was one reason why I studied law. I had to go to study law because at that point I was just, how old was I? I was
just like helpless.
17 or 18. And then I was 18. And then I felt this was an offense. This is an offense that the guy is supposed to be arrested, and because he's a police officer, he wasn't arrested. He walks around freely, and then we'll go to court and he will sit. He won't even be in the accused box or anything. He will sit and he will just be feeling okay. Imagine in this situation when the youth get angry, if they know that things like this will happen, you would actually kind of blame them. It's not supposed to be like that, though. But then they know that if these people should be reported, probably no action will be taken against them because they're serving police officers. They will want to take the law into their hands. It's just sad. It's as if some people are immune to this arrest or something or what. I don't know. It's really sad. And
very, very sad, and we sincerely sympathize and empathize with the families of those who actually lost their life. Yeah. For you to actually delve into the conversation, you can go to our Facebook page at TUNTBE Radio FM TV. Just like our page and drop your comment. View us live on our YouTube page at TUNTBE TV, and also send in your text message on the number
090-9415-0677. I call again 090-9415-0677.
All right, when we get back from the break, we'll open our phone lines for you to call in and drop your comment. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello at work. Stay calm, keep hustling, and live life to the fullest.
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody.
Everybody needs some love.
You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It a kill love, it a kill dreams. It a land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
Unity. Unity TV.
Hello at work. Stay calm.
Unity. Unity TV.
So, if you're just tuning in, it's Hello at Work, a program that brings you trending issues on social media. And before we go for the break, we've taken our first and second story. And our first story reads, police arrest 15 suspects over warehouse vandalism in Abuja. And the second story reads, 2 policemen mobbed to death in Edo over death of motorcycle riders. And our last story and reads, man, son, neighbor drowned in well. Now the father, his 15-year-old son, and their neighbor have reportedly drowned mysteriously in a narrow well at Oju town in Oju local government area of Benue State. It was gathered from an eyewitness that the trio met their untimely death when one of the deceased, a popular car wash owner in the town, identified as Masu Ekpengbe, asked his son to fetch water for him from a nearby well to enable him wash a car. He said the boy went to fetch the water, but in the process lost the fetching bucket in the well, and in an attempt to retrieve the bucket, he slipped and fell into it. His father saw what happened and immediately beckoned on a neighbor to join him to rescue his son from the well. Unfortunately, the both of them also mysteriously ended up falling into the same narrow well. Now, alarmed by what happened, bystanders rushed to the scene to rescue the 3 of them, but none of them made it out alive. They were all dead when they were eventually brought out of the narrow well, which has been serving people of that area for a long time. Now, the death of the 3 of them still remains a mystery because of the strange way they met their dead. Now, the sources said the deceased were immediately buried by their family members given the mysterious manner they died. Effort to reach the police public relations officer Superintendent SP Catherine Anene was unsuccessful.
No, it happens.
The son first,
and then the
father and the neighbor.
Wow, that's
There's something about a child that anyway, there's this belief that what is going to happen certainly would happen.
Definitely.
And there's nothing absolutely anyone can do about it.
But
I'm careful, very, very careful. First and foremost, asking my neighbor child to do something for me.
No, it's the man's child.
I know.
Yeah, but someone sending to
even if it is my child,
okay.
I don't even ask a child.
Yeah.
I was in a barrack, Ikeja barrack, Air Force barrack, and a child went to a neighbor. And you know, children, he ate there. Immediately when he came back, his tummy begins to pain him. And the mother asks, "Where did you eat?" The boy says, so house. And let me tell you, the madam of that house was stripped naked, that she's a witch, gave something, she wanted to kill her child. And nobody could be able to listen. The story is that she's a witch, she wanted to initiate my child, she gave him food, blah, 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 blah. And you know how our society is. She was stripped naked. So I say it, yes, as in as much as we're where we are, you have to be careful sending somebody child.
Yeah.
And of course, this issue of children should do everything for you, I don't really like that idea. It's better your child than another person's child, because the story would have been different. I'm telling you. Assumingly he sent somebody child, the story would have been quite different the way it is. And no matter how you paint the story, people will not even listen to your story, because the child in question is no longer alive to tell the story.
The story as it is.
As it is. So these are issues. Some people find it very easy. Go and do this for me. Go and do this. I'm extremely careful.
True.
When it comes to issues that has to do with my child and other people's children, I'm extremely careful. Unless you attempt to a particular age, I'll begin to instruct you on how to fetch water, how to do one or two things. But sending a child, you can imagine. At a point, he regretted sending the child to fetch the water. Why don't you avoid it initially? So, yes, what is going to happen is going to happen. There's nothing anybody can. Again, we have to be extremely careful in sending children to help us do one or two things. Because to me, it's a lesson to parents. Going by the story, of course, the well in question is so narrow.
Yeah. And probably very deep.
It's very deep. And therefore, why asking a child? Yes, probably the child has been doing that for his father for quite some time. But again, you have to be extremely careful. Because you end up in prison. Somebody will accuse you of killing his or her child. You send him. And this witch thing will be attached to you are a witch, blah, blah, blah. And it becomes a stigma for the rest of your life if care is not taken. So why don't we avoid some of these things?
You know, I used to work with an NGO that we teach vocational skills. So I was taking the catering part of it. And we cook. When I teach them something, we use for practicals, and then afterward we share to the student, right? So once upon a time, I baked. I don't know, maybe one of the ingredients was expired or something, and I didn't take note, and the student ate. And almost everybody that ate had food poisoning. They were purging, and some were even taken to the hospital. And God knows, it was just like any other day that you just go into the market and patronize any shop and then come back. Taking proper care. Do you understand? And then I don't know if I really haven't up to date placed my hand on what really happened that day. But then they all had food poisoning. And then the NGO belongs to a politician, and then he was vying for the governor of the state. It was before the primaries, and then that was just a means of campaign and all, doing free.
Yes, for opposition. That's the point.
Do you understand?
Yeah, to anchor on, yeah.
Ah, God. And then it was coming through me. Okay. And then I felt, no, now this is...
the backslash.
All efforts to explain to the man that...
Nobody will listen to your story.
It was just an act. I don't even know. And then, funny enough...
They only listen if you ate it and you are still lying in the hospital.
I wasn't having any issues. I ate.
It's because your intestines...
I wasn't having issues.
And that is difficult to defend.
Do you understand it? I don't even know how it happened. I said maybe
But why would you want to kill all
do you understand?
Why?
I've been working with scenes. I've been teaching them, and then I've worked with them for like 3 years, and all of a sudden that happened.
You are a victim, but you were a victim.
So it's really hard. Even neighbors at home, just as you said, I hardly spank a child. I can't. Someone's child,
particularly. I will ask you to leave.
That's what I used to say You might see someone walking, but it's just a walking dead.
Do you understand? I can never spark someone.
It's just a walking dead. Just place one finger and that person will fall.
And the whole world.
You keep explaining without proof. Honestly, you keep explaining.
They talk you a killer.
Yeah, true.
Honestly speaking, do you have any text message? All right, the number for you to send in your calls is 0703235315. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen in the studio.
Morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Abdraman. I'm calling from Kadade.
Yusuf Abdraman from Kadade. Welcome on board.
My name is Abdraman Yusuf from Kadade.
Abdraman Yusuf, welcome on board. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. So my God bless you and reward you for doing a wonderful job.
Amen.
Concerning the issue of warehouse vandalism, that is not very so sad. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Because the Nigeria people are sleeping hungry. All those things are happening as a result of the existential food commodities. So the way of this thing, so we have to pray for God so as to bring up the end of this disaster.
Yeah.
So that is my take.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Abdrahman Yusuf from Kadade. Thank you so much for the words of advice. You know, he said the vandalism is just as a result of excess food commodity. Hello. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost the caller. You can still call us back on the number 07032353315, 07032353315. Sorry, kindly check our Facebook page if we have any message. Yeah. And the number to still call again is 07032353315, 07032353315. And Mr. Zakaria, we are even more grateful that you know, a lot of issues did not come up after the vandalism, because most of the times you tend to see that you know, security agencies will be there, and the next thing, gunshots, you know, trying to disperse people. A lot of life will be lost.
When you look at the forces, there is no hour, there is no day that within the confines, the sectors of the security, they are not retiring. Considering the point that we're talking about over 2 million Nigerians, the force is not just inadequate, but highly inadequate. It really, going by low, 1 security man, of course, to 5 or 10. When you look at our sector, generally, hospitals and what have you, that's the problem we're facing, because ideally, very few, how many thousands, that a very good percentage is allocated to VIPs. Here we are. So really, we're not calling on anything in form of anarchy, but if really Nigerians are out of the street, we don't have any security that can actually combat that. Like we say, a hungry man is an angry man. And what's the essence of life? There's no point living again, because if I can't eat, certainly I'm going to die. So the essence of life is no longer there. But again, we call on those who are in the corridor of power to do what is expected of them. And Nigeria needs little from them. We don't need anything. We need our hospital to work so that you can be able to go to the hospital. Pay little amount for your health care. We need our educational system to work so that we can leave this private university for public university, where we can be able to inculcate some values. Of course, we need our roads to work, and of course, so that we can be free. We need so also certain sectors should work. Nigeria doesn't need much from our leaders. We don't need much at all. Light, of course, for those who are doing menial jobs. So these are issues.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from? What's your name? Your name is Angorogo? You said yes. What's your name? I know you are calling me from Angorogo, but what's your name? Okay, Aisha. Go ahead, Aisha. I'm listening. Hello? Okay, I think we lost Aisha there. Thank you so much for the call. A lot of people are trying to call in, and
We have some messages.
Okay, let me take one more call. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Adelmi from Bauchi Road. Welcome on board.
Yes, thank you very much. Welcome to bless you.
Amen.
I think your best in the studio.
Okay.
I think this money is just to ensure that the government do the next. Please, you know, you see this issue of attacking of trust. It will not go anywhere. And I want to advise you, please, let's be responsible. If we continue to begin to attack and lose their cash, then that means we are the same thing with the people we are complaining about. So let's unite ourselves. And on the other hand, on this issue of police being mobbed at the gate, you see the issue of running and overspeeding by our security personnel needs to be corrected. And you see, the other day we complained that I complained a police officer, and I was telling him this way we are taking is wrong. And he started shouting at me that, why are you telling me this? Are you want to tell me I'm wrong? You understand? So our security personnel need to do more. Please, we are the leadership by example. Whatever we do, let's always ensure that we have the fear of God. We Nigerians, all this thing happening to us is not ordinary. Let's unite ourselves, pray, and allow that this country to grow instead of allowing this country to die. And I pray God will continue to bless the country. You see, it's on purpose. You see, there are even more people, some are more police officers, and really the vigilante and I think and other security, non-security personnel that will come and be rescuing them. They need to do more and be up and doing so that when we see our security personnel, we have full confidence that we are well secured. Because the issue of insecurity just have to come to an end, and they have to do the needful. See, the government must stand up and do the needful. The foundation of subsidy removal is not too good. So let the government keep try and do more. And the state governors and even the local government, just as your friends have said, I will pray this country will change. No matter what it is, we renew hope will be renewed by God's will. Thank you, and God continue to bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Adelmi from Bauchi. For you just
all right, we have a message from Aminu Abdullah Hishaibu. He said, good morning, Unity FM crew. I am watching you live from NTA Park right now. May God bless you for your good work.
Amen.
Keep it up. My regards to all the listeners.
Okay.
And we have from Favor Esther Bulus. She said, good morning, great ladies in the studio. May God continue to bless you both and your entire family for educating us and the general public for free of charge. We pray for a better Nigeria of our dreams. And we have Abdurrahman Yusuf. He said, good morning, ladies and gentlemen in the studio. I salute you for doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Concerning the issue of warehouse vandalism, that is not so very sad because Nigeria people are sleeping with hungry. All those things are happening as a result of the expenses food in commodities. So we are praying for God to bring us to the end of this disaster. I am Abdurrahman Yusuf from Kadede. We also have a text message that reads, wow, I don't want to sound gender sensitive, but today the house is more agile with Mr. Zax. Kudos to you all. We pray for a good work. IBB Taylor.
All right, thank you so much. IBB Taylor is always a fan of Mr. Zakaria, and yes, Mr. Zakaria always have lots of fans out there. Not because of anything, it's because of he's just been rude, you know. He's been rude to the girls. Yes, he's just displaying the manly powers in him. Yeah. Anything that has to do with a man, you see how Mr. Zak's veins will be coming out. Honestly, stretching his muscles. Yeah, you stretch all your muscles to defend the men wherever they are. And yes, to the women out there that we have, I just have one advice. At this particular moment, all your man needs is to find peace at home. Not all the nagging, not all the complaint, because if you were in his shoes, I don't think you can actually feed that particular 3 square or 2 square meal. Better still, even if it's a day, at least you cooked something. Yeah. It's far more better than you not cooking anything. So stop the nagging, stop the noise making, stop complaining. Because it's not only your man that is finding it not easy. Yes, he's not the only person going through. A lot of families are going through a lot. Not only the rich, the poor, everybody. So at this particular, if you want to keep the men indoors, they should find that peace they need in the house at this particular moment, because we can't risk that money going out to those young ladies out there, the side chicks. No. You don't need it at this moment, and at this point in time ever. It's just to keep them home so that they'll bring all the money and we'll make use of it.
And do you think that will
at
work?
Home. It will.
I don't think
your
so.
last word, Mr. Zakaria.
Well, before my last word, like I said, any man who cannot, there's what we call planning, rather.
Yeah.
If you don't plan, your
You
plan
plan to
automatically fail. I advise that it's not at this particular moment. You need to prepare it for your family. If you're a family of 6, 7, 8, we are in January, we are in March rather.
Yeah, March.
You need to make preparations. As a man, don't be allowed that every day they will ask you of, what are we going to eat?
Yeah.
That I know, my late father told me that. And I think for the past 15 years, I make sure it is better to cook and the food is not sweet than the food is not there. It doesn't speak volume of you as a man. In most cases, you don't have to blame the ladies or women. Because when you are not giving her food, what else can you give her? Because the best you can do is to give her food, make her comfortable. Yes, that's the essence of the marriage. Well, for me, Nigerians, we need to get to do with what we have. Let's be contented, and of course, on the part of our leaders, let them begin to work towards seeing Nigerians as all, rather than seeing themselves and their family as they represent. So that's my candid opinion.
Yes, very Josephine, quickly.
Yeah, well, to build a little on what Auntie Ruki said, you know, as a woman, all you need to do to your husband right now is to support him.
Yeah.
It's high time you look for something doing, no matter how little. You see that your area, if you just put, even if it's granules, even if it's sugarcane, anything, no matter how little it is, support him. Not every time husband salt, Maggie, everything you ask your husband is wrong.
Tired now.
Please, support him, no matter how little.
All right, and in addition, give them peace. Give them peace. Yes, that is the main word. Just give them peace. That is it. Or else you die of heart attack and you'll be a widow. We are not praying for that.
And when you're not there, the lives continue.
Honestly speaking, all right. For you to actually, we say a very big thank you to you all out there for always being there for us, and sending in your text message, going to our Facebook page to drop your comments, and the views and likes we always get on our Facebook page is a kudos to you out there, because without you we wouldn't be sitting here. And from me, Rukayet Sani Ibrahim, Mr. Zakaria Nampia, and Farid Josephine, we say keep a date with us, same time, same station. That's keep a date with us on Thursday, same time, same station. From us to you, we say bye.
Hello at work. Stay calm, keep hustling, and live life.